is the confidence and command of Jaden Harris on the back end right now?
Yeah, he's doing good. Sometimes it's loud all the time at practice, so we got everything blaring, so it's hard to communicate sometimes, but he pretty much knows when we mess up or we didn't get in the right thing, but he's a lot more confident this year. Of course, he's the starter now, so he's progressed tremendously. So I'm excited about him, Mish, Markeith, and of course, Zaquan's getting a lot of meaningful reps as well.
Coach, who do you think is winning fall camp right now, the offensive end?
It's too early. We haven't tackled to the ground yet, so anytime you go whiz, which is just really tag, and then you go thud, sometimes we can't make a clean tackle, so we don't tackle the guy. We just kind of tag him off. So it's here and there. Sometimes we win drills, they win drills. We haven't stacked the full day yet, but I don't think the offense has stacked the full day either. So it's still a lot of competition throughout practice, but I think both sides are getting a little bit closer. Today I thought was one of our better days in situations. It's the first time we got some red zone stuff, so I thought we was pretty clean at times. At the end we kind of faded, but I thought we got tired and we didn't communicate as well.
What kind of progress, or what have you seen with Tyler Barron and Elijah Austin, those two guys, as they fit in here?
Big guys that can do a lot of things, of course. Tyler can play a lot of spots. He can play the run, rush the passer well. Austin's a drop guy, can also rush the passer, so great additions. Of course, with all the other guys, Bain's been solid, of course. Mesidor's flying around, like really, really great effort. He's limited on reps right now, just trying to save him a little bit. But I saw a lot of good things. Defensive tackles are getting some reps. So when it goes live, it's a lot different, So when you're getting full pads and you have some live periods, people are turning it loose, and everybody's live except for the quarterback. You'll see who's really the dudes and who's, far behind.
What is that balance like with Mesidor? Essentially, when you have your reps, you want him to be good, and then obviously you said he's limited a little bit.
Yeah.
What's that balance?
Well, his reps are real meaningful. He's grading really, really high. I haven't seen him make a lot of bad plays yet, and he's had limited reps. Bain's probably gone the most at defensive end. Austin's probably midway between that, and then Barron's, playing some. So, and even playing those freshmen. You're trying to get all those freshmen reps, see if they can add to it. So we do have some talented young guys, and we don't want to take their reps away as well. So some of the older guys, we're trying to save them a little bit, but also get them in shape.
Can you tell us about Anthony Campbell? Seems like he might be pushing.
He's starting to progress because we've had some defensive tackles that haven't gone yet, and which should be adding pretty soon. So he's been taking some reps. He's been flashing a little bit more than he has in the past, which is good. But I think he knows the defense now a little bit better, so he's been a good surprise so far.
What type of receptiveness do you expect to get? Obviously, you have several defensive ends that can get after the quarterback, and you're probably going to want to have some guys play inside and things like that. Do you expect to find receptiveness?
Yeah, I think so. Defensive tackles, they don't want to come off the field, so if defensive tackles can rush the passer, we won't take them off, but we do have a lot of ends that can rush the passer. The problem is if you start putting a lot of defensive ends in the game on third down and they make a first down, you're stuck with them on 1st and 10. So the guys you put in got to be able to play inside, and we do have some defensive ends that can play inside. So we have a lot of girth with some of those guys, Bain, Mesidor, and Barron. So it's something that we could possibly do, but if we got good pass rushing defensive tackles, it'd be nice to leave one of them in there as well.
Ideally on a rotation for that defensive line, do you look at it like if I can get 8, or is there a number in your mind?
Nah, some years you can play more, and some years you got to roll you got with the guys you got, So this year I think we'll be able to play more. I don't know exactly what that number is yet. Once we get through these live scrimmages and you see some of the younger guys go, you'll see if a guy like Scott that could truly play, and I think he can. But just to see how he progresses through the year to see how much he can play. So, we'll know when we get there, when we get to it.
What do you like about him so far? Just to follow up with Justin Scott, what do you like about him so far?
Really athletic, powerful, very smart, picks up things. Yeah, he's kind of like a dancing bear a little bit, So light on his feet. You can tell he's played other sports. So he's been a really good surprise, a really good athlete that's powerful inside.
What have your first impressions of Simeon Barrow been?
He's been well. The reps that he has taken has been good. But I've watched him on film. You know what that guy can do. We've watched enough on film when he came in. He's played against good talent, so it's just him learning the defense.
Chase Smith, it's been a journey for him. Where is he at right now? ready to see him play, get on the field?
Yeah, you know, Chase last year was healthier than he was the year before. Of course, he came off a bad injury, played with that knee brace. He's learning 2 spots right now, so I think he's getting closer, but he needs game reps. He'll play a lot of special teams, and we'll see if he can move that needle at linebacker and start playing those meaningful reps that he was before.
Amari in the nickel, how's he performing?
He's doing good. You know, we've been playing a lot of guys in there. Played him, played Porter, actually played Mish today. Played Taylor in there. We've also played Richard some in there. So we've been playing a bunch of different guys, and probably depends on who we play is who we play inside. You know, maybe what down and distance who plays, but we won't have the best 5 guys on the field all the time.
Anything else for Coach Guidry?
It seems, I'll ask you something.
One more.
Yeah, it seems,
Want to know what I've been cooking?
yeah. No. Kind of more what he was asking about with the secondary. It seemed, or with the way you talk about the defensive line, you play inside out, and we know last year you kind of made adjustments. Do you kind of like the pieces you have in terms of being able to play different styles, play different ways?
Yeah, we got to, because the guys we got here, we feel like, you know, we could probably have had a couple more guys. You know, we probably needed about 2 more guys to feel good with depth. Usually in the 4-2-5, you usually got 2 nickels. And then you've got your corners groups and your safeties group, and you got 1 guy at the corner room or nickel room that would add to the star position. We don't have that. We're using corners to play nickel, safeties to play nickel, so we're creating depth amongst the other positions, what makes the other positions a little bit lighter. So we felt like last year, TC was a nickel. He didn't play much corner at all. And then Davis backed him up. You know, right now, we really didn't have a guy like that. We have a guy that's more of a corner guy that we're playing in there, or a safety guy. So it's kind of who we play against is what kind of guy we play with.